What happens if I file my naturalization case too early? Hi, I'm Jim Hacking, immigration lawyer practicing law throughout the United States at our office here in St. Louis, Missouri. Had a consult this morning that I thought I'd talk to you about so that you don't make the same mistake that this kind fellow made. So our friend, our potential client, called me today. We had a nice chat, and he is a lawful permanent resident. And he's had his lawful permanent residence for a little over 5 years. And he filed for naturalization on his own. So as you may know, most green card holders, lawful permanent residents, can apply for citizenship after being in that status for 5 years. If they're married to a U.S. citizen, they only have to wait 3 years. But for most people who get their green cards through employment, as this fellow did, you have to wait the full 5 years. Now, this man had a job for a local employer here in St. Louis, which required him to leave the United States and travel around the world throughout his 5 years. And so he was smart, he got a reentry permit, and even with his reentry permit, he made sure to never stay out of the United States for more than 4 months. And so when the time came for him to apply for his citizenship, he knew that the rule was that the government looked at the 5 years before you filed for citizenship, and they asked, has this person lived in the United States for at least half the time? They don't want to give citizenship to people who are basically not residing in the United States. So the rule says that between the time that you get your green card and the time that you get your citizenship, you have to have lived half the time in the United States. And so he counted up the days, and he figured out that if you look at the 5 years between the date that he got his green card and the date that he was eligible for citizenship, that he had more than 2.5 years here. Now, he went ahead and filed a little bit early. So the law also says that if you're applying for citizenship, you can apply 90 days before you are eligible. So that usually means that if you're married to a U.S. citizen, you can apply for citizenship after 2 years and 9 months. And if you get your green card through an employer, you can apply after 4 years and 9 months. So sometimes people will file early, and they'll file those 90 days early. Now, what this fellow didn't take into account was what the rule said. And it wasn't really until he got on the phone with me and I went and got my copy of the Immigration and Nationality Act, and we looked it up. And I knew this because I always advise my clients who are cutting it really close, we sit down and count every single day before they file. And the operative date is the date that the application is filed. The language says in there not once but twice in the Immigration and Nationality Act that you look back 5 years from the date that the application was filed. So in other words, he filed it those 90 days early. If he had waited the full 90 days and resided in the United States for those entire 90 days, and if he had filed on the 5-year anniversary of his green card, then he would have been eligible for citizenship. But we are reasonably sure that under the law, he filed it too early. So unfortunately, he's going to have to reapply for citizenship. Now, the Immigration Service wasn't exactly clear in his interview whether they were going to deny it or not, but it's pretty sure that it's going to be denied because, like I said, it's just math. And so you can have excuses, you can have reasons, you can have a reentry permit, but if you file too early, you file too early. And we've seen cases turn on just a few days. So it's more than likely that this fellow's N-400 is going to be denied. So it looks like he's going to be starting over. So if you are too close or consider yourself relatively close on the amount of time in the United States, you probably need to talk to an immigration lawyer who knows what they're talking about. So give us a call at 314-961-8200. We can do that analysis with you so you don't waste the filing fee and the time and the headache of going down for a case, having your interview, getting your case approved, subject to you having been here long enough, and then it turns out that you weren't here long enough. So don't be like this fellow. We liked him a lot. I think we're going to be able to help him. He's probably going to have to refile. But at the end of the day, he made a critical mistake over something that sounds sort of small, but it's enough because of the statutory basis for citizenship that he's going to have to refile. So give us a call, 314-961-8200. You can email us at info@hackinglawpractice.com. Be sure to share this video out on social. If you like the video, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and be sure to join us in our Facebook group, which is called Immigrant Home. Thanks a lot. Have a great day.